Hmm.
So, hot take. You're totally unprepared.
Hit me.
Whose death was more tragic? Tupac Amaru or Tupac Shakur?
Oh my gosh. I mean, that's you're setting me up for failure with that one. I know the answer, but I don't want to tell you because I don't want to.
You have to answer.
Well, I can say I take the easy way out and just say Tupac Shakur because nobody remembers or knows who Tupac Amaru is.
So who is
That's
Tupac Amaru?
so Tupac Shakur, the rapper, was named after this Peruvian Andean rebel of the late 18th century named Tupac Amaru. So his actual name is Tupac Amaru Shakur. That's not a stage name. That's the name that his mother ended up giving him. I think she renamed him that. He was born with another name. Um, uh, and so he was kind of, she renamed him Tupac Amaru Shakur out of this Peruvian rebel. And so this guy ended up leading a huge rebellion against the Spaniards that was really a kind of almost a, we would call it now almost an anti-racist rebellion, where he brought indigenous people, mestizos, who are kind of mixed of European and indigenous, with black people, really all kind of people of color, and also some American-born Spaniards, and basically said, let's unite against the kind of colonizer. And they wreaked a lot of havoc, and they came pretty close to actually toppling the crown in the Andes in Peru. But they lost, and he was made an example of, and he was executed very publicly in the square of Cusco on May 17th of 1780. Um, so in some ways, um, his death was tragic, surely for the movement, but in some ways it was inspirational because it led other people to then kind of take up his name and his likeness and kind of claim to be fighting that same cause, to the point where you have a Black Panther, Afeni Shakur, naming her son Tupac Amaru, believing that kind of spirit of kind of anti-colonialism and of rebellion and of really fighting an indigenous anti-colonial war was still alive and well in her son. And so I think that his Tupac Amaru's death was in some ways less tragic because it was more inspirational to centuries of people who would end up really understanding that cause and trying to take it up. And when Tupac um, Shakur's death just led to a new era of not so good music. So tragic, good music, but not so good. And so it was kind of tragic in its own right.